We are live. Kane's Twitter franchise mode. We are in the playoffs of the 2020-2021 season. And I am self-promoting real quick. So, here is Kane's Twitter franchise mode. As you can see, we are in the playoffs, and our first round series is against Buffalo. As a quick recap, Sebastian Aho led the team with 75 points this season. As you can see, Will Looper had 56 points. We had 3 players hit the 70-point mark, Necas and Teravainen being the other 2. Svechnikov had 67. Trocheck had a nice 59 points. And Nino Niederreiter had 58 points, so a really solid season. Evan Stansel had 39, and Carl had 27. So, really awesome stuff. And now we're going to sim through the playoffs. So round 1, game 1. And if you know, last season I missed the playoffs by 1 point. Connor Sheary scoring on Peter Mrazek. I did read that he was back from injury, so that sucks. Another goal, Marcus Johansson scoring against Peter Mrazek. So now it's going to be a CPU versus CPU game. We are going to watch the third period. I'll provide commentary, and I may just need to change the audio settings. I think I forgot to do that, so let me see if I can do that from the settings. If not, I'm just going to have to talk over them. Cool. Let's see what's going on. Alright, again, I know. Okay, so settings. Audio and visual. Okay, so I can do it. Alright, I'm going to turn commentary down all the way, but leave everything else up the same. I just don't want to talk over the announcers. I don't really care for his voice either. Alright, so let's see. Looks like we've got Necas centering the first line. Which might mean that Sebastian Aho has gotten hurt, which would be less than ideal. Slavin, Hamilton, Necas, Teravainen, Svechnikov, so it's the same otherwise. Ooh, good shot from Svech there. Corey Crawford in goal? No way. So Crawford makes the save there. Yeah, nice. I really wish that I could skip this. It's a CPU versus CPU game. NHL, come on, I should be able to at least press X. So Necas once again, he loses the face-off to and Dahlin's got it. He's going to start a rush. Jeff Skinner, former Carolina Hurricane. Oh, he just got leveled in the corner there. Puck's going to go all the way back. Ristolainen's going to grab it now. Oh. Skinner's going to carry it again. He's going to do a fancy move for no reason. And Hamilton's going to take the puck over. He's going to make a terrible pass to Necas, but it worked. Necas to Teravainen. Teravainen's got it. Hamilton, Svechnikov gets in the lane. To Slavin now. Slavin's got it. Oh, what a stop. Crawford makes a good save. I think they should bring up for second line now. Second line, Bach, Trocheck, and Niederreiter. Not too bad. Ooh, Slavin, nice keep. Niederreiter, and then turns it over to McCabe. This is awful. But again, this is just the third period. I'm not watching the whole game. Yoki Haru now. Cousins. Oh, what a pass to Olofsson. Too bad. That was a terrible shot. Bach's got the puck now. Oh, why? This is so frustrating to watch sometimes. Oh my god, Jacob Slavin, that man has a family. So Slavin destroyed that guy, Yoki Haru now. So it seems like the teams just are trading turnovers after turnover. Number 5, I don't know who number 5 is. Great save. Who is it there? Oh, Hayden Fleury's got the puck now. Here comes Hayden Fleury. Niederreiter was offsides because that was a horrible pass. Yeah, I'm not liking our odds, and there's a goal. Alright, you know what, I'm done watching this, it's boring. If it's a game that we're, you know, like, on the verge of being eliminated in, then I think I might continue watching it, but as for right now, no. Okay, sim to the next game. So we lose, we get shut out 4-0 in the first game. Apparently Aho isn't hurt. Or he may be out with an injury. I think he missed some time. Alright, first period, Svechnikov scores, Middlestat ties it, and then Brock McGinn takes the lead less than a minute later, so good for him. 2-1, Jake McCabe scores 45 seconds into the period to tie it. It's a close game. Both teams are... The Canes haven't had a shot, and okay, well, there we go. They hadn't had a shot for the first, you know, almost 10 minutes of the period. Here we go. If it goes to overtime, we'll watch it. Because overtime is important. And it's going to overtime. Okay. Alright, and so we'll watch this. Game 2, Canes are down 1-0 in the series. It is overtime. So, hopefully it'll all work out. Hopefully the Canes will return to Raleigh with the series tied as opposed to down 2-0. Okay, Magus gets it back, wins it back to Hamilton now. OT, Hamilton's just going to take it himself. He's going to dump it in. Alright. Ristolainen, 2 men are going to cover him, so Skinner's going to come up. Yes, no. Oh. No, I don't like this. It was a 3-on-2 for a minute. Now the Canes have numbers back. Oh, Skinner's walked all alone. Great save, Mrazek. Reinhardt Natchez with a key block there against Reinhardt. Svechnikov coming up the ice now. He's going to do a weird little move. He shoots. Ooh, not really that hard of a shot for, I believe their goalie's Crawford. So not too hard of a shot for Crawford. Hamilton's just going to let him walk in and take that shot. It's going to be a face-off. I think that was Reinhardt that just absolutely clocked Mrazek after the whistle. Pop. So, good shot from Svechnikov there, but easy save from Corey Crawford. Johansson, Cousins, and Sheary. That's been interesting. A really interesting second line. Great save, Peter Mrazek. Also, we don't have home ice in this series, but Buffalo only had 1 more point than us, so just goes to show how tight the playoff race in the East was, much like, you know, this season. Well, the season that is currently stopped. He wins the face-off clean, and nobody's back there to get it. I hate this. Jacob Slavin with some decent defense there. Dahlin's got it. Alright, Cousins, shot. Ooh, that shot was deflected, and Mrazek. Okay, get another line on the ice there. This one hasn't had any pressure. That was a great shot of Ristolainen just standing there. Almost same line, man. Alright, Natchez, please win the face-off. No, he doesn't. And they score. Easy one-timer, Jacob Slavin. This is his man. Canes take the loss here and go down 2-0 in the series. Not great. Not great at all. Alright, so going back to Raleigh, down in a little bit of a hole. This time we scored a goal, though, so that's good. Okay, so Aho's back. Which is good for us, because the team clearly wasn't scoring, so getting their top offensive player back will help. Well, theoretically. Second period, Middlestat. Okay. Evan, congrats on your first career playoff goal. The Canes are really going to lose to freaking Buffalo, dude. Buffalo. Doesn't look like the Checkers made the playoffs either. Oh no, they did. It just hadn't showed up yet. Got it. All right, so they're playing against Springfield in their first playoff series. Pete Hewson, who we just drafted this year, he hasn't grown in overall, but he led the team in points with 60, 50 assists. He is a playmaker. He had 10 goals and 50 assists. That's crazy. So really good showing from him. The rest of the team, I mean, the players that I care about. Bishop and Matheos had really good seasons. Matheos is close to NHL already. Victor Soderstrom also had a really good season on the back end. So, okay, look at Charlotte go. It also looks like they didn't have the best record. Alright, so game 4. The Canes could get swept by Buffalo here. Okay, this is a much better showing of offense. The Canes scores 4 straight. That's good. That's really good. Oh my god, 7-1. Evan, congrats again on another goal. And the final score is 8-3. Svechnikov capping it off. 3 stars of this game. Aho had 3 points, Svechnikov had 3 points, and Dominic Bach had 2. So really good stuff. Yeah, Svech with 5 points in 4 games. Definitely leading the offense in a series that's been abysmal for the Hurricanes. They're in a 3-1 hole. Buffalo scores first with Jeff Skinner. Vincent Trocheck ties it. Tie game. Will Looper scores his first career playoff goal with a bomb from the point. Kyle Oposo scores just about 2 minutes later. And it's going to overtime, so we're going to watch it. Buffalo is a better team, allegedly, in terms of offense and defense. Our goaltending is still a little sus. I'd really like to get Dan more starts in the future because I think that he could be the goalie of the future for the Hurricanes. Sebastian Aho loses the face-off here. And, oh, what a turnover. Aho's got the puck on a breakaway. Here he goes. He scores! Canes win. There we go. So Sebastian Aho just won the Hurricanes their the second game of the series. So they're down 3-2, so they're still facing elimination, but that's a huge win, especially on the road, because now you go back home and you have a bunch of momentum because you've won 2 straight. Still, the reverse sweep will be really tough, but I think they can do it. And now Aho is tied with Svech for the team lead in points, but he has done it in 3 games. So getting Aho back has been huge. All right, a little bit of a hole. Svechnikov scores first, and you got Cousins and Johansson scoring. Svech scored lacrosse move? That was right on the goal. Second period, Will Looper scoring again, so now we're still waiting on Carl to get his first playoff goal. Third period. Buffalo wins it. Jack Eichel ends the Hurricanes' playoff hopes. Unfortunately, the season's over in 6 games in the playoffs. Really tough way to go out because I hate losing to Buffalo. Charlotte just lost Soderstrom, which isn't good. Oh, no, wait, he's back. It doesn't look like they won their playoff series even after that first round, so that kind of stinks. Here's the draft rankings, though. So we've been scouting this guy for, I honestly want to say, about a month or 3 months, and nothing's happened, so not good. Other than that, we really don't know a whole lot about any of these guys. It's looking right now like we'll have, I guess we traded a first round pick. I don't remember when. Oh, it was for Gardner. So we might actually have a really good pick here. Not quite top 10, probably closer to the 15 range, and then we'll also have maybe another pick in the top 25. So that's really good for us. Gems or busts here? We do have 1 gem in Drew Lee playing for Skellefteå. I don't know if that's actually how you pronounce it. It just seems right. Gonna go with potential in comparison. The low top 6, that's not great for a right winger. He's a two-way forward, which doesn't really excite me. Um, but our scouts call him a gem, and so I do want to see if that potential's any better, because we will have a pick around this point, so I may just pick him because just for the fun of it. All right, we're gonna sim a little bit more. Hopefully, oh, the Preds fired their coach. Here, let's stop this simulation here. Well, spoilers. I don't know if you saw who won the cup, but a little bit of a spoiler there. Arizona did win the cup. They're in the Central, right? Yeah, so Nashville, 86 points. They missed the playoffs by 6 points this year. Fired their coach because of that, which is really interesting. Because, I mean, a fifth place finish in the division isn't terrible, but I guess they weren't at all happy. Now, if I recall correctly, we do have a created player on Nashville, so who does this affect? Or did we not? Oh, yes, Rock. I don't know how to pronounce your... I don't remember your first name, and I'm so sorry. I haven't seen you in forever. I am so sorry. I feel like a terrible person. So that'll affect him. And, I mean, 450-point scorers isn't terrible, and you had Yossi too. I mean, it seems like a bit of an overreaction for me, but yeah, as you can see right here, Arizona did win the cup. So the Preds fired their coach, really crazy. And Colorado, the Eagles, won the Calder Cup. All right, so that's that's exciting. That's really cool. Draft lottery. Okay, so we traded with Boston, excuse me, and we get the 14th overall pick from Boston. So, I mean, it's not great. It would have been really cool if we moved up, but Nashville fires their coach and actually gets the second overall pick, moving up from 12th to 2nd. Vancouver has the 9th overall pick and the 15th overall pick that they got from Florida, so not too bad either. So it's really cool that we have the 14th overall pick this year. We're going to view the draft class here. Okay, so now we know Israedi is high elite. So we now know, well, we're pretty sure that the gem is a low top 6 forward potential. I don't love that, but, And projected to go around this 14th rank. Here we have Daniil Chayka and this Riley Kidney guy that we don't know anything about. He's a center. So ideally I'm going to probably go with Chayka here because I didn't pick a single defenseman until pretty late in the draft last year. And there's just a straight run of centers here, so which we don't need. So yeah, I think I'm going to go with Chayka here. All right, let's see. Players have retired. View retired players. Really nothing crazy this year. Eriksson and Zajac retired. Any former Canes here? Patrick Eves retiring with 242 points. Injuries really damaged his career. I think he could have been a pretty good NHL player if he didn't get hurt so often early on. Other than that, doesn't really look like it. Any goalies? Nobody really that noticeable. Alright, so no coaching changes for me, which is good. Probably means that I won't have a ton of stuff to go on. On the trade block is James Reimer, but I believe his contract was up. Yeah, so we're looking good. Alright, cool. So we are in the draft right now. We are going to check the awards because we definitely will have a Calder Cup winner. So if you're here, you get to know who won. So it was actually Arizona versus Buffalo. I'm very glad that Arizona won, but we did lose to the Cup champs. This year, Arizona does get their revenge. They had actually made the final 2 years in a row. So Arizona wins the Cup. Congrats to them. That's their first. McDavid won the Art Ross for the second year in a row. Crosby won the Hart. Interesting. Drew Doughty wins the Norris. It's his second time winning the Norris. Lady Byng went to Kessel. Sportsmanship, second year in a row for Kessel. Owen Anderson, so congrats to our created player Owen for winning the Calder in his rookie year. Really, really cool stuff. Conn Smythe also went to Kessel. Good for him, man. Vasilevsky wins the Vezina. Gibson gets the lowest goals scored against. Braden Coburn wins the Masterton. The Rangers coach wins the Jack Adams. Well, yeah, you drafted a franchise player. That kind of makes sense. Anyways, Bergeron wins the Selke, second year in a row for that. Crosby wins the Ted Lindsay. And Malkin gets the Rocket Richard, breaking Ovechkin's 3 streak there. So now we are going to move on to the NHL entry draft. I have 2 first-round picks. The first will be at 14. So let's just see. Vegas is going to pick Aatu Räty there first. He is a two-way forward, left winger, 78 overall. I'd probably make him a power forward. From what I've seen, he seems more of like a power forward type. Let's see, what was this? Cohen Knights is a right winger. He's a sniper, 80 overall. I wouldn't have picked him because Räty obviously has the higher potential, but I do think the potential to have a goal scorer with, probably about like 89 or so potential would be really good. And then Vikingstad goes third, a left wing sniper actually, and he's a point higher. So really interesting decisions made in the top 3. And okay, so Daniil Chayka is available, so I am going to pick him here. Our scouts aren't too high on him because he's a very raw prospect. As you can see, we haven't scouted him too much, but it does look like his puck skills and skating aren't great. And he does have a Shattenkirk comparison, which isn't great, but it's not terrible either. I'm going to select him. Yeah, 62 overall, so a very raw prospect. But nice top 4D potential here. Did I miss out on any great centers? Oh, actually, high top 9. That would have been bad. 24th overall for JT Miller. 5th round pick. No. So this might mean that there's something decent in this area. Chase Stillman, Corey Stillman's son. And this is actually who I would pick here anyways. Because it doesn't say that he's a gem, but our scouts have him ranked 21st, and the rest of them aren't ranked anywhere close to here. So we're going to pick Chase Stillman here. Nice. Top 6 forward, and he's 70 overall, which is really good, which means that he could be NHL ready by the time he is out of the OHL. So yeah, again, he's a sniper. Apparently he's got 5-star or 4.5-star senses and 4-star physical, which is really cool. So good pick here. And then Chayka I didn't look at again. Yeah, so yeah, very raw prospect. His puck skills and skating are really weak. Apparently very physical, and he has a good shot, but everything else is pretty raw. So other than that, we missed out on 3 high top 9 forwards. That's not good. Yeah, so I like the picks that we made. We don't have a pick until 55 here. And that might be where I pick that gem. Although I will see what's in this area. So there is a goalie here, but with Dan, I don't really need another goalie. I do see this low elite potential left winger. He is a grinder. He has A- shooting and nothing below a C-, which means he's probably going to be in the high 60s. I think I'm going to pick him. He's a power forward. That's actually a lot better than a grinder because he can actually score. Low top 6 isn't great, but I did already pick a right winger earlier on, and I think our gem was supposed to be, I think he was a right winger. So, not too hurt about that. Matthew Heatley, a backup potential goalie, or I could just go with Reginald O'Brien. I think I'm going to do that. He seems to be the best player available at this point, at least on the board. Hybrid goalie. Had some solid stats for the USA this year. He's an overager. Wasn't picked this year and just had a way better season. Probably developed a little bit more. So that's exciting. Next pick is in the 5th round. I guess we didn't have a 3rd round pick in this draft. Jack Thompson, so another overager here. Let's see, I'm just going to sort by potential. It's the 5th round now. Scouts are really high on Blomqvist, so picking 2 goalies in a row is a little risky. Okay, yeah, fringe starter again, so whichever one turns out to be the higher overall, I'll probably pick, or I'll probably sign. Don't love any player in this range. This is a center with top 9 forward potential. Doesn't look like there's anything more than that. We're kind of confident that this guy could be medium elite, which probably means he's a bottom 6 forward. Yeah. Alright, well that sucks. Alright, and then last pick of the draft. Oh no, we have 2, just kidding. We have 2 7ths, I don't know why. Oh, I think it might be the St. Louis trade. So we'll go ahead and pick up this defenseman. A high AHL top 2D, so that's not good. And then Yoensu here. Bottom 6 forward, yeah. So not a great end to the draft, but we did have a pretty solid draft overall. Really hype about the Chayka, Stillman, and Van de Velde picks. O'Brien, I think, was decent as well, but I can't remember. No, those were the goalies, so yeah. Alright. Nothing crazy there. Just a swap of 1st round picks and prospects. Same deal. Okay, just picks. Furland and Roussel going for just a 2nd. That's kind of crazy. Alright, so no trades of created players. We did see 2 last year, which is kind of insane. So we're going to send to the re-sign phase now. Okay, so my entire AHL coaching staff needs a contract. Gonna get rid of our goalie coach in the AHL because he's clearly not doing anything. He's also rated E. So we'll re-sign these 3 guys though, because I mean the AHL team hasn't been terrible. The staff chemistry seems to be doing okay. So that's all good. My scouts have expiring contracts. Definitely want to re-up this AHL or USA scout. I don't really care too much about NHL scouting, so sure. I will release my AHL scout because I don't like the AHL scouting. I think it's kind of dumb scouting the AHL. And is that it? There's an OHL. I'm gonna fire this NHL or that AHL scout as well. I feel like I could do better in the OHL, and I think I can do better in the NHL as well. So. Alright. Well, awesome. So I have that. And okay, so Ned needs a contract, but if he's not really good, I might just not sign him. I think I'd change Svechnikov to a franchise potential because he has that potential. He's that good. Actually, before I do the expiring unsigned, let's see, by overall, Justin Barron. Is that his name? Is it Justin? Yes, Justin. Okay. Chase Stillman, Alistrov, Innes. Okay. So nothing too crazy that I'm going to want to sign just yet. It won't be cheaper to sign Barron. I might as well. I think he actually turns 20 before the end of the year, so he might be able to join me. But we'll see. All expiring. Okay. So Jamison Reese here, I gave him a decent size buff. I think he was medium top 6. I put him high top 6. Geeky, I'll sign as well as Murray. And then I think since I'm just running with prospects here, I can get rid of those 2 guys and just run an all Charlotte, like an all prospects center core in Charlotte. McGinn I don't need. Martinook I don't need. Puistola I do need. Dzingel, how has he done? He hit 32, 38. Don't think I can do better than that though, unfortunately, because the free agents typically aren't that good. Tiexola, Edgesell I don't need then. Defenseman, so Hamilton I'm going to want to give a contract to. Bean I'm going to want to give a contract to. Forsling is getting in the way. Kasky is as well. I'll give McEwen a 1-year contract. I'll give Hickey a 1-year contract. And then I'll give Honka a 1-year, or the ELC. And then goalies, I don't need Reimer. I guess Mrazek doesn't want to sign either. Means I'll give Makiniemi a contract, and I don't think I'm going to qualify Ned. So we'll advance. We'll see what happens. So my AHL head coach doesn't want to re-sign. The associate coach does, though, and the assistant coach does. So I'm going to need a new head coach for the AHL. Hamilton. Okay, is there anybody that says no to me, just straight up? No. Okay, cool. Alright, so we'll sim to free agency. All my scouts that I gave contracts to probably will sign. They did. So, yep, coaches were not renewed. Contract limit. And then what am I going to do? I am going to sign my coaches because I always forget to do that. So I definitely need an AHL head coach, and then I need a goalie coach as well. So AHL head coaches. This guy seems like the best. He's really good with forwards, apparently, which would be really helpful. And then, I don't know, I'll go with assistant coach. And then this guy kind of sucks, but he's a really good teacher, and he's good with goalies, which means that he could be better. Plus, our other goalie coach was an E ranking, so he can't be worse. Scouts now. Okay, so I have 4 spots open. I definitely need one more NHL scout. Alright, so I got an NHL scout. I have 3 more spots available. I definitely need a QMJHL scout. I don't know why I don't have one. So, there's a QMJHL scout. And it's honestly looking like the best scout available here is in the WHL, so I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to get the Scandinavian scout, and I think I have a pretty low ranked scout in the... One of my scouts in Scandinavia is not that great. Actually, both of them aren't that great. So I'll get rid of my SHL scout, and then that should be good. I should be okay with everything else. We'll check out the team, because I do need to make sure that all of my team, at least the roles, are filled. So centers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jamison Reese is close. Carl will continue to be a 4th-line center, probably. But that's looking good. Left wing, 1, 2, 3. Then I need a 4th for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm good on the right wing. But... okay, so I could use a left winger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm good on defense as well, actually. Wow. So that's really good. The defense is okay. I'm really hoping that Bean grows at least a little more. Same with Fleury. And then goalies, I need a starter slash backup and an AHL backup as well. So, okay. I can do that. Alright, so let's sign free agents. I said I could use one more left winger. I don't want to take ice time away from anybody, so I think I'm going to go with Gusev. He can play on the fourth line, sure. I don't really have any great left wing prospects, so it's not really going to get in the way. I said I was good on everything else. I think my offense will be okay. Two-way forward, or two-way now, I do need some prospects. Chistov kind of sucks, actually. Alright, so L'Esperance, no. I'll sign Kammerer, sure. Get him for a year. I don't want to sign anybody like too crazy for the AHL because then it's going to get in the way of my development of some players. Sure, I'll sign Yakov Trenin for a year. Nashville prospect currently. I need a goalie for the AHL. There's Ned. I could actually use like a decent one, so I'll go with Huska here. For 2 years, that's fine. Makiniemi will be gone. And then I need, let's see, overall. See, again, I want a player who won't get in the way too much of Nedeljkovic. So you know what? The Hurricanes are going to bring back Anton Khudobin for a year. And I think I'm done. Yeah. Alright, so let's see. Let's hope for the best. Hope what happens. Staff chemistry is low, but I want to be a solution to the issue. Thank you, AHL head coach. I'm pretty sure this might be the same guy, actually. Happy to join the team. Okay, so the coaching positions have been filled. 1 scout signed, and I had offers to 5, so that's good. 2 scouts, 3, 4. Okay, nothing there. Oh wow, Eric Johnson and Justin Braun to Boston. Colorado gets a first and a third round pick, so Boston's going for it this year. They missed the playoffs by a couple points, and we got the 14th pick because of it, and so now they want to trade away another first and get better. And there's the last scout here. So Khudobin signs, which is really awesome. We have our backup, Yakov Trenin. Nikita Gusev also signs, so this is really good. Filling out the NHL roster a little bit. We replaced, McGinn with essentially a guy 2 overall points higher, so that's solid. We have our AHL backup and just a couple depth signings, and so we are all done. We are set. They want apparently Dzingle's on the block. No. I'm gonna keep all of those players. Peter Mrazek is now in Philly. He just signed with Anaheim and was immediately traded to Philadelphia for Rubtsov, a 4th, and Shushko. Wow, that's a decent trade. Rubtsov turns into a decent player in this game, so wow. McNabb was traded as well. Wow, lots of trades. I still don't want to make any trades. I'm done. I'm done making trades for now. Stop offering me trades. I've already taken him off my block. They're not listening to me. Isaac Ratcliffe and a first. Philly is going all in. They get Nick Foligno and Ian Cole. Wow. That's crazy. Washington gets better, shockingly. Trading in division, Columbus gets a first in next year's draft and a second in 2 years from now's draft. For Nyquist and a third. That is crazy. Okay, so now Gusev is coming into play. So is he on my block? He's not. I don't know what's going on. Hyman and a fourth for a first, a second, and a prospect. Oh my gosh. This is just the summer of trades, I guess. Wow. No. Stop offering me trades. Stop it. Get some help. This is ridiculous. I'm not trading either player. I don't want to. No. Stop. Stop. Alright. So this probably means that we're getting close to the season because, well, maybe not. Everybody's still offering me trades for the same player, same picks. Okay. Perform roster moves and assign captains. So, Teravainen and Aho Svechnikov, Nature's Niederreiter Bach, Evan, Nikita Gusev, Trocheck. I'm going to change that line to Will, Trocheck, and Evan. Then we have Dzingel, Carl, and Gusev on the fourth line. Really solid here, actually. So Will, Evan, and Carl are created players. On defense, we have Shea and Hamilton. Okay. Fleury and Slavens. Fleury's up to 85 now. Wow. Pesci and Bean, which is really good as well. Bean is up to an 83. Goalies, I have Dan, who's up to an 84, so that's the best goalie we've had in this sim, statistically, with the 84, and then Hudobin at 81. So the goalie tandem's a little better this year. Scratched are McCune and then Soderstrom. I don't want Soderstrom to be scratched. Actually, so I'm going to send him to the AHL so that he can develop. Best lines. Didn't really change anything now, does it? Alright, so the fourth line sucks, and that's okay. Do I have anybody that's like scratched that I can put in instead? No, okay. So Henman, Matheos, and Tiaxila, Puistola. Did that change anything? Not really. Hewson, and then Kemmerer. Hewson's up 1 overall. Schutz, Geeky, and then Meskinen, Smallman, Trennan, and Shepard. So out of my top 6, only 1 player hasn't been drafted. And then top 9, 2 haven't been drafted. So Hickey, Soderstrom, Honka, Keene, Walford, and Selgren here. So solid defense. I'm hoping Soderstrom gets up a little bit, and then I might say goodbye to Brett Pesci if Soderstrom's available, because he's a very good prospect, and I don't want to waste it. AHL goalies, we have Huska and Makiniemi. Huska's actually, wow. You know, he's getting better. I'm kind of surprised, so. Alright, we are done, and we will move on to this next season. I'm going to sim to the regular season here. Another trade for Dzingel and Makiniemi. I'm going to, I think the trade block resets. It does, so I'm going to change that. Nothing too exciting there. Again, the same trades. Alright. So nothing here now, so which is good. I like that. A second and a third for Merrill and Sorensen. I'm okay. Okay, so now the preseason is done. I'm going to make sure all my scouts are going to the right places. They're not. So, if this guy's comfortable with going to the SHL, I'm going to make him go to the SHL. Yeah, he's fine. So he's now scouting the SHL, because I fired my... Pretty sure I fired my SHL scout. I did. Okay. Yep. Alright, cool. We're all set there. Awesome. Alright, so start of the season, home opener against Tampa. I'll sim this one game and then we'll just keep going on. So first game of the season against Tampa. We get down 3-0 early, and that score doesn't change throughout. Ouch. Not the best start for the team. I think we'll sim to December 1st and see how things are going, and then if I need to make some moves, I will. Alright. So, yeah, obviously that 3-0 loss. Man, this is a light month of October for the Canes. Not a whole lot of games. And a lot of breaks in between games, too. There we go. Okay, we follow up the shutout with a shutout of our own. So, and we shootout loss to Tampa. So we've played Tampa to begin the season 2 seasons in a row now. Big win against Arizona, though. The former Cup champs, or the defending Cup champs, excuse me. Against Buffalo, there we go. We get our revenge. Charlotte, Morgan Geeky's out with a fractured elbow for just under a month. Yikes. And here are the draft rankings for this year. Projected to go first is Ola Ekholm. We know that he is more than likely a two-way forward, apparently, but he's also a good playmaker, which is interesting. 5 assists in 11 games, so he's definitely more of a playmaker, and that's interesting that he's ahead of Shane Wright, who is just crushing the OHL right now. I think he gets to become like an 83 out of the draft. Something crazy. Medium elite potential. Or maybe that was in a video I saw. Either way. And then 2 defensive defensemen right there. Very interesting. Other than that, any gems or busts so far? None. Okay. Still a little early, but I always like to check just in case. And another win. Okay, so we've put together a 3-game win streak here. They want to trade for Nikita Gusev. I'm saying no. Alright, so the 3-game win streak is a loss, and then an overtime loss against Arizona. We do win the season series against Arizona. 2 big Metro games here against the Flyers. Philly had traded a lot too, and they're still good. Or no, Philly had traded for a lot. That's right. And we won 1 game and then lost the other. Zach Whitecloud, I'm okay. Another win against the Sabres there. Overtime loss to New York. 6-3-3 is, fairly respectable. Start the year. I would like to see some of those overtime losses get converted to overtime wins. Other than that, oh, we beat the Oilers. Okay, good. Other than that, I can't really complain about the team. 7-3-4 is a pretty good start to the season. 8-3-4 after a walloping of New York. Beating Boston, who was going all in as well. They made a pretty big trade to get 2 NHL players. One was Johnson, and then I think the other was Braun. So I think they shored up their defense a lot. Well, we got thrashed by the Leafs. Good year for rookies. That means it's going to be a good draft for me. Puistola's out with a sore knee until the 27th. So that sucks. There we go. So the team is starting to turn it around now. They're 12-4-4, 13-4-4 now. Second in the division behind Pittsburgh. Puistola's back for Charlotte. A 3rd-round pick for Pontus Aberg and a 4th. That's interesting. Probably will say no, but is Aberg decent? 79 overall. No, he would be an AHL player. I'd trade down a round to get like AHL help. That's not worth it. Shootout win. Okay. This is another nice 5-game win streak here. Got snapped in Minnesota, but that's okay. 3-game homestand this week. And we leave on a win 3-2 against the Capitals, second in the division, 24 games in. I think we're 2 points behind Pittsburgh. Is that what I saw? 2 points behind Pittsburgh, and we have 3 games in hand. Aho's tearing it up. 28 points in 24 games. Most of those points being assists. Yeah, he's already got 22 assists. Necas and Svechnikov also at or above a point per game. Hamilton has 20 points, which is really good as well. Evan is on a 40-point pace. Will is on a 10-point pace. And Will has 10 points, excuse me, and Carl has 3. Not the greatest start for our created players, although I will say that Dan's having a very good year. Let's make sure the lines are still good. I don't want to mess up with anything too much. The lines are still what I thought they would be. It just seems like Trocheck is doing a really good job while Will and Evan are not. Interesting. How is Nino doing? Nino has 14 points. Okay. I don't want to mess that line up because then that ruins the line chemistry or the team chemistry. So I think for now I am okay. I can't complain about second in the division for sure. Alright, so now we're going to go... I think we'll sim another 2 months. February 1st sounds like a good place to stop. It's a month before the trade deadline, or just about 20 days before. And we lose both games to Minnesota this season. They must be good. They have Jonathan on their team, though, I think. Viewing the draft class. So we now know that Ekholm is also medium elite potential with a Thornton comparison. Sorry. Shane Wright has no comparison. Interesting. Any gems in December? None. Oh, I did mean to check something real quick. Just give me one moment. I can't remember if Arizona drafted one of our players. I don't think that they did. But it doesn't look like they did. They did not. So no created player won a Stanley Cup last year. Okay. Sorry, just wanted to check that because I wasn't sure. Nope. Man, teams really want Gusev. Another shootout win. So like I said, earlier, I wanted more of those wins to turn in, or the overtime losses to turn into wins, and it looks like we're doing that. Yeah, beating the Canucks and the Red Wings in a row. So we lose games, but then we do follow it up with a couple wins in a row. Same deal. Matheos with an elbow now. He's out for a month. 3 wins in a row. Loss against Columbus ends that. And then a shootout loss to St. Louis. 29-5, though. Not too shabby. And we're beating the Metro teams for the most part, which is good. Can we beat the Canadiens? We do. 3-2. Sorry, it's hard for me to read. There's a loss against Chicago, which kind of stinks, but I think we'll be okay. Aho is out for just about a month with a pulled groin. Yikes. That changes things, though, and that does mean that Carl will get a chance to play above the fourth line, hopefully, and hopefully make more of an impact. So that injury happened during the Blues game, and since then we're actually 2-1, so not 3-1. Wow. So clearly, we have the depth to sustain an injury and be okay. 4-1 win. Now we're first in the division after that win against Calgary. Matheos is back for Charlotte, which is a big addition. And there's another win there. Okay. So look at that. We've won 4 straight and 5 out of our last 6. Dan McLaughlin's out for just about a week, which is going to give Hudobin a chance to get a couple starts. Maybe just one in relief. So Dan is back now. Aho is back. I'm going to edit the lines manually. So what were they looking at? Like, so okay, so Matheos actually got called up. And Carl, still not doing great, but he was on the third line. Let's change this up now. I really want Will to succeed, and Evan as well. But they're really not playing all that well, unfortunately. Bach is up to an 86, though, which is really good. He was an 85 to start the year. On defense, any big changes? Nope, still the same. Okay. Well, cool. So, 30, 12, and 5, which is really good. We're at our All-Star break. The draft rankings now. Still don't know anything about this guy. I'm just going to scout him for the fun of it. And 2 gems now. One at the very beginning of the first round, or second round, excuse me. And then one in the very middle of the second round. So I am actually going to scout him because we don't know anything about his potential. Both of them are left wingers. He's probably a low top 6 forward, maybe medium top 6, but hopefully Braylon Bathgate, our scout, will figure this out. So this was the All-Star break. Losing against the Rangers still, which stinks. I don't know if the Rangers are in a playoff spot. They are. They're third in the division. Okay. So we win. But again, even though after we lose, like I say, we string together 2 wins. We do lose against Buffalo to close this out. 32-14 and 5 is our record. We have a nice 69 points. 2 points ahead of Pittsburgh. They do have a game in hand, though, but we are first in the division. Our team, Nate, just leads the team in points with 45, but that can be attributed to Aho missing 9 games, but he's still top 4 in scoring, which is crazy. Hamilton's having a very good season as well, as is Teravainen. Still, though, this past little while, Evans picked it up, and so has Will. Carl has just 13 points, so I may need to look elsewhere for center help next season, or in the future if Carl can't get his act together. Alright, so we're going to sim past the trade deadline, go right to March 1st now, so we're going to sim a month. Hopefully everything will be okay. First in the division, I'm not too worried. No, I'm okay. Overtime win against New Jersey. You got to win against the teams that are out of playoff spots, and we shut out the Senators. Wow. Boston is actually doing really well as well. Okay, here's a big trade. Riley Smith and Jesper Fast and a 4th to Washington. Ugh. Vegas gets Alexiev and a 4th. So Washington gets some help on the right wing. All it takes is giving up an okay prospect. So yikes, and we play Washington today. Can we win even with that help? No, overtime loss. Joe Thornton, who is still playing in this game, gets traded to Arizona, finally getting traded to a contender. Arizona won the Cup this past year, so they're obviously going to be a contender. Canes lose to LA as well. Jaden Schwartz and Brassard to Buffalo. And St. Louis gets 2 first-round picks. Oh my gosh. So that's a big deal. Luckily, no created players are getting traded at the deadline. At least not yet. Vegas, after, that big sale that they just made. Michael Backlund gets traded to Toronto, and Toronto gives up a first in next year's draft. Very interesting. It's Pittsburgh now, who is chasing us, and we win. So 2 wins after a little bit of a skid, a 3-game skid. We get shut out by the Rangers, which isn't good. Okay. Alright, so another trade. Again, I don't know why they think we're going to sell. I really don't. Unless Dzingle's, quote, requested a trade. But again, there's nothing on our block. Can we beat Washington? That would be huge if we could beat Washington. Connor McMichael, Hugo Haas, and a second for Jonathan Taves. So Washington gives up an A-list prospect in McMichael, probably a B prospect in Haas, and they get Taves. Wow. But we win. So we beat them 7-4. Now they have Taves, which, is a little scary. Pekka Rinne for Ryan Dzingel. I don't see the need to make that. Both of our goalies have been doing fine. Philly adds as well, so the Metro has been loading up. Troy Stetcher and Dion Phaneuf for Adam Ginning in a seventh. Ginning is not good in real life. Marco Rossi, who was just picked recently. Dallas gets 3 NHL players, though, in Hamonic, Merrill, and Janmark, but none of them are that great. So maybe Dallas knows more, and that Rossi won't be very good. But we'll see. Still first in the division, although the Rangers are creeping up on us. Let's see. What is it? Trading block. Oh no, this is my trade block. Excuse me. Let's see if there are any NHL assets to acquire. Browse trading block. Alright, so Anaheim has nothing up that we would want. On defense. Oh, interesting. I could make the team's defense better, but I think since the team's getting shut out a lot, I think we should make the offense a little better. But I'll circle back to Calgary. On the right wing, Shaw, how many points does he have? He has 20. Or 30, excuse me. It's not really noticeable. Saad has a lot of points. He would play on my fourth line. Does he have a year left? He has 3 years remaining. Shaw, I'll circle back to as well. I could go for Donskoy. He does have 2 years left. He's not playing well. Never mind. Murray on defense would be decent as well. I could get Jeff Carter. It'd be interesting. Grubauer, no. No. Alright, let's see. I don't know. If you're watching, please tell me in the comments what you would like for me to trade for, or who you would like for me to trade for. You think I need a winger, or do you think I need defense? Just based on what you've been seeing. I mean, I could do Chase on. He's not doing great. He would fit on all penalty killing lines, which would help. Yeah, okay. Maybe. That's a possibility. I do like the idea of making a division team a little worse, too. Okay, Chaykovich. Johns. No. Okay. Oh, I meant to do Vegas. Do they have anybody else remaining? Starting center, or strong center. Thing is, though, I'm like really trying to make Carl work. And I have really good center depth. That's the problem, is that my wingers aren't getting anything done. Let me see. Where does Saad fit with us? Okay, so he fits on no lines, so that's a no. Shaw also doesn't fit on any lines, so we'll say no to that. Donskoy fits on our second line. That's terrible. Would Murray fit any? He would fit on all defensive pairings and all penalty killing lines. So if I really wanted to make my defense better, that'd be great, but I think my entire top 4 is 85 overall, so it doesn't make any sense. What was it here? Like, I could trade for Carter, but it doesn't make any sense to just get a same guy that's as good as Carl. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, a right winger. these guys are that good. Like, I could trade for Chason, because he would fit on most of our lines. Ennis, that's a no. Hornquist, no. I'll trade for him. I'll take away an asset from Pittsburgh. And I think I might only be able to get... I might be able to get him for like a third. No. Okay, so let's try a third and like a fifth. That might work. Trade rejected. Alright, how about a fourth? It's a lot to give up. Isn't sufficient at all. Okay. Skaters matching block. Yeah, they want all of our good players. Shocking. Okay. Goalies matching block. They want Tikhonov. Yeah, forget about it. Okay. So let's send them like an unsigned prospect that I'm never going to do anything with. Rhett Reinhardt. Alright, that's a little bit... Actually, that's a lot to give up, so... Thank God it made me change my mind. So let's see if they'll do Alistrov instead. Okay, so they'll still do Alistrov. It's definitely a lot to give up for a Chason, but I don't think I could have done it either way without it. So let's see if this affects my lines at all. So we scratch... So I'm actually going to bring in Will. He doesn't fit anywhere. That's the problem. So 18 points. So the fourth line's been a liability. What's face-offs looking like? 66, 82, 73. Okay, so Gusev, you're my center. And hopefully adding Chason to the fourth line will be better for me. Now that I've traded a few assets, I think it's time to trade away a created player. I'm so sorry, Carl, but no matter how hard I try, I just cannot make it work. Never mind. Alright, let's see. Can I get Arizona's first round pick in this year's draft? No. I might be able to get Boston's. Oh no, Boston traded theirs, that's right. Buffalo traded theirs as well. I might be able to snag Columbus. No. I might be able to get Dallas's. No, as well. Maybe Edmonton? Edmonton might have traded theirs. So instead, let's do rookie skaters and see who I can get. Could get Bouchard. I might just do Broberg. Too far off. Okay. Of course, they want all of my good players. Yeah, why wouldn't they? I'd be okay with trading Van de Velde then. Really, you have to put Kevin Miller on freaking waivers, and you're mad about that? Oh, here's what I can do. I forgot, they have a fine trade, so instead of like proposing all these stupid trades, I can just do this. Oh, that makes things so much nicer. Alright. Fine trade. Oh, wait, 15. So Anaheim would give me their second and Ferk, who was like 80 overall, I think. I'd get a second and a third. I'd get Kopp and Nudavara a fourth. Second and a third. Lehkonen and Sherratt. Rene, a second and a second. That's their next year's draft, though. second and a third in next year's draft. So it's looking like I can get like 2 second-round picks. Hakeem Nygaard. No. Artem Anisimov. Yeah, I can show you them in just a second. Also, I don't know where my notifications went. So if I don't see your comment, that's why. I don't want to trade him in division. So that's my biggest problem here. Let me see what this trade would look like. Cop, 80 overall, so I could flip him. No, okay, so that's actually a bad deal. Because he's not better for me in any way. Like, none of those players are better for me. Alright, so let's find another trade. Let's just see what I can get. I think this trade with Arizona might be the best option for me. So I'm going to say yes. Carl, welcome to the Coyotes. I thought so too, but the problem is Ferk doesn't fit on the team because he's not as good as my fourth line. Yeah, goaltenders here we have Dan McLaughlin, who is a created player, having a solid season after not playing at all last year. So he's 32 wins, which is really good. And then we brought back Anton Hudobin this year. He's been less than good this year, but respectable in his own right. He's definitely been less good than he was in Philly, so he's been a backup. And actually, you know, he might be poised to get more starts. So I think the team's a little better. I don't think they're great, but I still think that they're better this year, which is what I was trying to get at, or which is what I was trying to get to. We'll sim to the final game of the season against Columbus, because those games always end up being really important. Hopefully it didn't mess up the chemistry of the team too much. Alright, so shootout loss and then a shootout win against Tampa. So we do beat Tampa once this year. I think as long as we can play above 500 for the rest of the month, we'll be good. This 4-game win streak will help, though. 5, 6, okay. 101 points already, so we're pretty much a lock for the playoffs at this point. Yeah, and as of right now, it's projecting us to pick actually in the late 20s, which is really cool. Haven't picked nearly that low in a while. Actually at all in this sim, so that'll be really awesome. We had the 31st pick, but we traded for it. Yeah, okay, so medium top 6, that's a really good pick. And then we're still scouting this Daryl Peterson guy, so I guess my scouts just haven't finished. Okay, we clinched a playoff spot, so we are in the playoffs now. This is an 9-game win streak now. Excuse me, 10. 11 against Winnipeg. 12. Holy crap, we've won 13 straight. We lost. And then we win against Pittsburgh. We've clinched to the conference. That's what the Z means. With 116 points. We win the President's Trophy. So clearly the trades that I made were for the best. I think Chason had like 20-something, like 21 points, 22 points. Aho gets a goal here. We lose, but, you know, that's okay. I'm okay with that. I honestly think, you know, that worked, you know? Works out. So all the trades we made were good. Aho, even though he missed 9 games, still finished at 86 points. Season's complete. Who do we face in the playoffs? First round, we play Philly. So Philadelphia here in the first round of the playoffs. We'll check the points here. Natchez had 79. So again, 4 players hit the 70-point mark. We almost had 3 players in the 80-point range, but only had one. It was Aho, who was a point per game. Teravainen led the team in goals with 34. That's funny. And let's see. So Evan finished with 40 points. Will finished with 36. Chason didn't really get a whole lot of points after the trade, but I think the team just did well without Carl. Maybe, we could start rumors that it's possible that he was a locker room cancer. I kid. But anyways, so Evan leading the team in points, good for him. Oh, sorry I sneezed. All right, Dan with 45 wins. That may be a Vezina caliber season there. Only 16 losses, 4 shutouts. Who'd all been started in 20 games. That's actually the most that he had started in since the 2018-19 season, and this is 2021-2022. So about 3 seasons in between, he started in less than 20 games. So good for him at age 35, getting a few more NHL games under his belt. More than likely, this might be his last year because I only signed him for 1 year. But I may end up re-signing him. We'll see. So Arizona, Carl. Oh, no, centers now, just centers. Carl didn't play. Really? So he was a healthy scratch. Oh, that sucks. Unless he was traded and I just didn't notice it. Now Boston, don't believe they have any players that are created either. No. Let's just keep looking. Buffalo now. I don't believe they have any created players either. Although I could be wrong. Nada. I just want to see, which players, how our created players did. Chatelaine, 26 points this year. I believe that's a career high. Yeah, he only played in 24 games last year, so congrats to Matt. 15 goals there. I think they had a goalie as well. Nope. They had somebody else. Oh, Connor Tuna. 20 points. That's a career high. He set a career high in assists and points this year. So not too much of a change, but a change nonetheless. Obviously, there's me. Chicago, I don't believe selected anybody. They did not. Colorado definitely did. Intern Matty, 44 points, 34 goals, and only 10 assists. Yes, he's a sniper. Power forward, actually. Any goalies? I don't remember. No, they did have Reimer. Very interesting. Columbus now. I don't see anybody. I don't think they selected anybody. Dallas now. Again, I don't think. Yeah. Wow. That's tough. Man. Detroit, we did have somebody on Detroit. I can't remember who, though. Oh, Wade. Wade had 62 points. Nice. The former, I think, 4th overall pick. Wow. So I passed up on Wade to pick Will, and it looks like that may have been a mistake. 62 points there in his second year. So good on Wade getting them points. The Oilers, did they pick anybody? If I'm forgetting somebody, please let me know. Florida, Kieran Lang had 69 points. Nice. 2nd overall pick in the draft. So I obviously can't be too mad that he hasn't done well. Or that he's done well. 41 goals, though. Trey Cash having a respectable 28 points. It's a bit of a dip from last year for sure, but still a solid season nonetheless. And I don't think they picked a goalie. They did. Oh, yeah, they did. Josh Grantham. So Josh is still the backup after last year. Started in 1 more game, had 3 more wins, and a better save percentage. So Josh, congrats to you on a better season. Canes and Cannons became the starter this year. LA definitely struggled, but 4 shutouts and a 915 save percentage, so that's definitely something to be happy about. Big Sam with 59 points. Good stuff there. So Canes and Cannons is definitely showing LA that they made the right choice in trading the other goalie. Jonathan Wagner, 55 points. Very good. With Montreal, the Vikingstad guy who was third overall had 68 points this year. That's insanity. I don't think they drafted anybody. Goalies, Matthew, 21 starts. That's less than last year's. Slightly better save percentage, but still not too great. Nashville, I believe they did not have a created player. They didn't. I checked. Alright, New Jersey, Meg, 33 points. Pretty good. No career highs or anything. New Jersey had a bit of a down year, but they still did pretty well. And Neha had 28 starts, 84 overall goalie now, making NHL debut. Neha making her NHL debut this season, backing up Antti Ranta, could possibly take over as the starter next year. That would be a bit of controversy in New Jersey. The Islanders, Justin Williams is still playing, my goodness. Tommy Watson, 34 points. I think he did pretty well last year. Yeah, 43 points. Setting a career high in assists, though, with 18. Oh, the Islanders traded for a goalie. They have a goalie. Chase Bass, a bit of a tough year, but a better save percentage. The Rangers now. I don't think we had anybody selected by the Rangers. No, we didn't. Okay. Didn't think so. The Senators, Jacob Narbe, 46 points and 27 goals, so solid stuff. Number Sports Fan, I just saw 31 points. Good. Don't see anybody on the Flyers. I did have Mrazek, though. The Penguins, Optimistic Kaniak, 37 points. If I recall correctly, that's a career high in goals and assists and points, obviously, even though he missed 5 games. Nobody was drafted by the Sharks. Somebody was drafted by the Blues. Sarai, 36 points. Nice. Tampa, it's me at 44. The Maple Leafs didn't have anybody. The Canucks may have drafted somebody. And again, if I missed your player, I'm so sorry. If you remember who your player was drafted by, just let me know. Because there's a good chance that I just don't remember. Vegas definitely drafted they drafted JT, 23 goals and 9 assists. That's a hilarious ratio. Definitely setting a career high in everything, which is great. Good for him. And then Kane's stats, Marc-Andre Fleury had a terrible season, but Kane's stats did really well, having a 912 save percentage, 2 shutouts, and 21 wins. I think that's everybody. It's possible that I didn't get to everybody. I only put in 5 more people this time because there's almost 40 created players. That just would have been a little crazy. Alright, we're going to sim the first round of the playoffs. First game here against Philly. No goals in the first period. Pretty even. Still very even, although Philly kind of dominated that period. And they ended up winning 2-0. So 2 years in a row we've gotten shut out in game 1 of the playoffs. Sebastian Aho leading the team with a nice 0 points. Yeah, it's not good for the team that wins the President's Trophy to get shut out in the first game of the playoffs, but, you know, it happens. Niederreiter scores. Okay, so we have a goal. And Gusev is scoring here, so we're going to sim through the third period here. Minute by minute, James Van Riemsdyk scores on Dan McLaughlin. They got another power play. The Canes kill it off, though. Can we make it happen? Canes score. Sebastian Aho scores to tie the game. Right in close. Or no, not in close from the circles. Van Riemsdyk's goal was in close. Foligno scores with 1:04 left. Oh my gosh, that is a heartbreaker. Canes lose 5-3. Man. So we can't do anything at home. Despite scoring, nobody had a multi-point game despite 3 goals. So balanced a little bit. There we go. Okay, so there are the goals. Dzingel, so the fourth line's cashing in a little bit. Svechnikov and Bach, so scoring from all or 3 whole lines there, which is really good. Tie game though, Necas does score for us, but Giroux ties it. We're gonna go ahead and sim. Canes win. Necas and Fleury scoring to win the game for the Canes. 6-4 is the final. There comes the offense. Necas had at least 4 points in that game. Pesce is out, so that's a third pairing defenseman out right now. Gonna go best lines here. We're just gonna change that up a little bit. They actually moved Nikita Gusev to the third pair. That's strange. Okay. Sure, we'll roll with it. There's no fit. AHL season is over, and the Checkers made the playoffs, so good for them. 45-22-9, one of the better teams in the AHL. I'm not terribly surprised because a lot of our prospects did really well. I could show you the reports here. Let's see, in the system. Jamison Reese is up to an 80, as is Justin Barron, so they had some really solid stuff. Suzuki's up to 78. So it's actually probably for the best that I got rid of Carl, because I can make Jamison Reese an NHL player next year. Pesce I'm probably going to try and trade because Barron's available for the NHL as well. So really, really happy with the development here. Hickey ended up growing even though he's 26. Anthony Honka's up to a 77 overall. Henman's 76. Even Scott Walford grew. Like, this is crazy. Joey Keane didn't grow, which is a little disappointing. Neither did Pete Hewson. So I'm thinking that he might be a player that kind of peters out. Get it? Tiaxola, I think, was a 71 to start the year. He's up to a 73. Cristola's up. So yeah, like Charlotte, we had some growth down there, so that's really good. Anyways, this is game 4 now. Yeah, game 4. We're down 2-1 in the series. And hopefully we can make it happen. Defense is going to be a problem, though, because the third pair is terrible. Canes are winning, though. Necas, Looper, and Svechnikov have goals here in the second period. Third period, Will gets another goal and wins it. Provorov scores from the blue line. Their blue line. That's bad. And Will scores to win the game, though. So Canes and Flyers are now tied. Necas gets another point. So he has 6 points in 4 games. He is Mr. Playoffs because he does really well. Injury report. I do want to see when Pesce's back. Returning April 25th. So that's not in time for the first round of the playoffs. Unless it goes to 7 games. No, not even. So we're at game 5 now. So he'll be back for the second round. Probably game 1 or 2 if we win. So hopefully that'll happen. Aho scores. Foligno gets another goal. Canes take a 3-1 lead in the second, though, thanks to Svechnikov and Hamilton. I mean, Hamilton's not going to miss from right there. And Atkinson does make it close, so Svech gets the game winner. The Canes are 1 win away from eliminating the Philadelphia Flyers in the first round. Game 6 in Philadelphia. Again, I would like to win in 6 games. Reduces the risk of injury if you do play one less playoff game. Matheos scoring his first playoff goal, and Svechnikov scoring as well. Tie game. Canes do have a win. Do have the lead thanks to Necas. Excuse me. We're gonna sim through this now. Hopefully the Canes can hold on. That's a big goal. Evan Big goal from Evan Stancil here. Niederreiter scores. This game's almost out of reach. Maybe not. Foligno does cut the lead to 2. Let's see. 5 minutes left in the game. 4. Oh, Voracek. 1-goal lead for the Carolina Hurricanes. They're falling apart. Power play. Canes win and eliminate the Flyers. We're going on to the second round for the first time in this series. Or in this franchise mode, I guess. It is kind of a series. 9 points for Natchez in the first round. Really solid. And the Canes are taking on the Rangers. And Pesce is back for the first playoff game. And Charlotte advances. Nice. Who does Charlotte take on? Lehigh Valley. Kammerer had 8 assists in 4 games. And it's not a sweep because it is the best of 5 series. I wanted to check the playoff stats. So I do care about who's doing well. So Geeky had a really good series as well, as did Walford. Puistola and Smallman were other point per game players. That's really good. I'm really happy that the Checkers are at least, going to be decent. They're probably going to lose to Lehigh Valley, but it's good that they got past the first round as well. More experience for my players. All right, game 1 against the Rangers. Teravainen scores in the first period. Nothing in the second. Wow, okay. And the Canes win. Evan gets another goal, and then Nino Niederreiter scores 2. Oh, thank God. My controller just disconnected. It does that sometimes. Oh, okay. So we shut out the Rangers in game 1. I definitely thought that the game froze. I was going to be so mad. Crisis averted, though. Does Charlotte win? They do win in overtime. Really big win there. All right. Zibanejad and Howden score for the Rangers in the first game. Canes tie it, though. Svechnikov and Slavin, so some big goals from the Canes. This will be a big third period. The Rangers do win. Capo Caco. Dang. Tie series, though. I'm glad, man. This is... I enjoy playing these. Like, if I just burn through, 6 seasons in a day, I get really tired. So I typically try and limit, each playthrough to probably about 2 seasons. And I think streaming might be the way to go for this, because I do get tired of, writing all the reports. It gets really tedious after a while. I find myself kind of half-assing it. Ooh, Fleury and Svechnikov, so that's interesting that Fleury gets a goal. Zibanejad and Hedel, though. Tie game. It's a little concerning. Third period now, tie game. Owen Anderson scoring against us. Vincent Trocheck, though, tying the game up with less than 8 minutes remaining. We're going to watch this is game 3. So we're going to watch game 3 in Madison Square Garden. All right, anything exciting going on in the hockey world, despite there being no hockey right now? Trocheck taking the first face-off here. Very interesting. It is a power play for the Rangers. Oh, no, it isn't. Just kidding. Somebody's out of the box. Brady Shea now. Oh, good defensive play. He almost breaks up that pass. Great save by Dan. Slavin. Aho's got it now. Svechnikov taking it up the ice. That was a horrible pass. The Canes just kind of skated through molasses to get that puck. Great save by Dan again. Wow. Good stuff. All right, Hayden Fleury is one of the top 10 players in plus minus, a stat that doesn't matter. Aho taking the face-off. He wins it back. Canes almost lose the face-off thanks to Hamilton getting the puck there. Svechnikov's going to wait for friends. Passes to Aho. Aho misses, but that was a howitzer there. Svechnikov's got it now. Again, pass to Bach. Aho, nope. Interesting that Teravainen isn't in the Aho line, which either means he's been demoted or he's just straight up not there. Oh! That deflection saved the game. Dan was way out of position. Great defense by Hamilton. Niederreiter's got it. Oh, it must have just been a partial line change. Niederreiter's got it. He's got Bach on this side. Bach misses the net. He had a wide open short side, or stick side. Oh my gosh. Shea now. Shea's on the back end. I can't see who has it for New York. Ooh, good hit to get him off the puck. He's going to skate again and just miss. Another hit, and he just doesn't get the puck. What's the point? Strome with a nice little move there. Trouba, oh man, that guy has a family. He just got destroyed along the boards. Hamilton's got the puck now. Skating up. Yeah, so Teravainen did get demoted because he is on the ice right now. Oh, it goes in! No way! What? Oh, the puck just went in. I need to watch this back. Okay, so that is... Oh, good. Screw Tony DeAngelo and his racist piece of shit ass. Tony DeAngelo is getting the puck. And I don't know if Teravainen sweeps this in or he just passes it. And was Teravainen the last player to touch it? Or it must have been Teravainen must have deflected it a little bit. But there goes Lundqvist, and the puck just goes into the net. What a win. The Carolina Hurricanes, that's the goal that wins you game 3 in overtime, man. What a game. I've never seen anything like that. Usually that's happening to me. So that's less than good. Alright. Every series is at 2-1 now, which is kind of nice. I like that, all the series are pretty even. Alright. Evan, Bean, and Trocheck scoring for the Canes in the first period. They have 3 goals on 9 shots. Yikes. Well, the Rangers tie it and take the win. Gauthier scoring against his former team. Series is all tied up yet again. So Necas has been strangely quiet in these 4 games. We're at game 5 now in Carolina, in Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina, the center of the hockey universe. Teravainen scoring first for the Canes. Evan, who's been on fire these playoffs, gets another goal. Canes shut out the Rangers for the second? Was this the second time? Possibly, I don't know. Svetch is out until May 7th with a sore hip. So that's less than good. We lose our team's best player, at least as far as the, series is concerned, or scoring is concerned. The Oilers are eliminated now. The Canucks have won. Winnipeg could win their series tonight, and so could the Sabres. So it could be Canes Sabres in the Eastern Conference Final if everything works out. Whoa. Will gets 2 goals and Teravainen. Owen does get another goal. So the Canes and Rangers are tied in an offensive showdown. 4-4 after the second with Bach and Panarin trading goals. The Rangers win. Pavel Buchnevich scores to win the game for the Rangers in the third period. Please let Svechnikov come back. He doesn't. So the Canes will be playing a Game 7 without their best forward. Yikes. Alright. First period comes by. Canes are winning. Aho and Hamilton. 7-1. Oh my gosh. Okay. Teravainen scores. And Shea, Slavin, Evan, and Nikita Gusev for the Hurricanes. And just to rub salt on the wound, Dzingel scores on Shesterkin. Canes win and advance in 7 games. And they will be taking on... Why did I hit that? Well, Necas now leads the team in points again, but that's because Svechnikov's missed the last 2 games. The Canes will be taking on, and Svech is back, thank God, the Buffalo Sabres. And it will be Vancouver versus Winnipeg. And I do believe the Checkers advance, so they're in their conference final as well against Syracuse. So good for them. They also won their series in 7 games. All right. Game 1 against Buffalo. Canes score first. Hayden Fleury with another goal. He's having a decent playoffs. Bach and Trocheck score. Tie game. Montour and Eichel. So that means I gotta be John Forsland again. I gotta call this game. Buffalo's goaltending is actually worse this year than ours, but their defense and offense are a little better, so not exactly sure what to expect from this game. I'm just kind of hoping that the Canes can win game 1. Alright, let's see. So it's going to be Aho versus Eichel on the face-off to start OT. Ristolainen's got the puck now. Eichel's got it back. He's going to pass it back to Ristolainen. Nice pass and a better save from Dan McLaughlin there. Jaden Schwartz, I believe, and Eichel. Oh, that puck almost went in. Okay, thank goodness. Great save by Dan and a decent clear by Hamilton. Svech has got it now. He's going to pass it back to Hamilton. Hamilton's going to take that shot. Great save by number 35 there. I think that's Ullmark. Hamilton, nice little block to slow the pass down. Shea has got it. He could have just moved. All right, Hamilton's got it back. Nice outlet pass to Svechnikov. Svech has got it. He's going to take a slap shot, and good save by Ullmark. If that's not the goalie. Oh! Great defense there by 26. I think that's Dahlin to stop the puck, slow it down. Fleury and Slavin, number 1 and 2 in plus-minus, a stat that doesn't matter. Crazy. So we're going out with the second line, Necas, Niederreiter, and Teravainen now. I believe it's the same. No, it's Shea and Hamilton. Oh, great intercept by Niederreiter. He's got a rush. It's a 3-on-2 for the Canes. Now it's not. Niederreiter back to Hamilton. To Teravainen. Niederreiter's got it. Taking another shot. Good block, and Niederreiter gets absolutely decimated for making that shot. Goodness gracious. Oh, good play by Hamilton to seal up that. He's going to take the puck, and he's got it. Necas with it now. Elite speed here from Necas. Niederreiter has it again. Hopefully he doesn't get destroyed. Necas again. Block shot. Fleury was just going to stand there and make it happen. Necas now with the puck. He took the shot. Great glove side save from Ullmark. Fleury with a nice little play there to break up that deke. Oh, man, he's got some wheels on him. Look at that. Look at him go. All right, he's going to take it up. He's going to pass it to Necas. Necas now takes a shot. Easy block. What a play. Jacob Slavin stopping a breakaway. That could have easily turned into a breakaway the other way. Actually was. He was behind the defense by at least a solid yard. Another solid play by the Canes defense. Fleury breaks up a play. He turns the puck over, but Chason getting it now with Evan on the ice. So, okay, the third line. Canes' third line is out right now. Nice little save there. Evan with the shot. He's had a great playoffs. Jacob Slavin now with the puck. Trocheck's got it. Oh, he hits the post. Great chance there from the Canes. That's the best chance of overtime. Connor Sheary, good save by Dan McLaughlin. Bean's got it now. He's going to make a nice little pass to Andrei Svechnikov. Svech makes a deke for no reason. Shot's blocked there. That was a terrible shot. Great play by Evan to keep the play alive in the own end, cause that turnover. Great save. Oh, he can't quite stuff it on the post. Evan Stansel's got it along the boards. Great little play to Aho. Aho's going to take... Oh, what a move. What a nifty little play. This is icing. Great forecheck from the Canes line. And you got to give credit to Evan as well. What a play here. Take a look at this. Oh my gosh. Not quite. So they're going to stick with this. Evan, Trocheck, and Svechnikov. This is a weird first line. This is a weird line. Oh no, they just made it up. It's the first line. It's Bach, it's Aho, and it's Svech. That was a great pass to nobody, Aho. And he turns the puck over because of it. So Eichel's got the puck up the ice. I didn't see who this was. I think it's Sheary. Great play by Bach, sealing that pass off. Aho's got it now. The Canes are dominating this overtime. Aho makes another nifty little move. Back to Jake B. Goal. That would have been very interesting. 2:39 to Pesce. Ullmark swallows it. He's not going to let up that rebound. We have 2:15 left in the period now. So, here we go again. I'm saying they're sticking with the same line. They're like, you know what? Screw it. They're tired. We're going balls to the wall here. I like it. Pesci with the shot. He gets destroyed at the blue line. He gets back up, though. Looks like he's okay. No worse for wear. Dan McLaughlin, great save. Covers the puck up. 1:51 left in overtime. Yeah, Pesci got hit pretty hard there, and they're going to replay this. Boom. Look at him go. All right. This is every bit of quality you get from a Canes broadcast with 100% less Taco Bell. Dougie Hamilton, nice pass to Dzingel there. This is the Canes' fourth line here. Can Dzingel score? He's had a goal. Oh, good shot there. Who was that? I cannot see. Olmark is going to... Oh, he's going to pass that. Very interesting. Oh, now he's got to cover up. Yep. All right. Well, the Canes' fourth line does their job in just applying some pressure. 1:32 left in overtime now. Looks like it's going to be Gusev, Matheos, and Dzingel here. Matheos is wearing 16. Dzingel is obviously 18, and then Gusev is 27? 97, excuse me. How dare he disrespect Connor McDavid like that. Hamilton with a nice little intercept there. Gusev's got the puck. He's going to pass it to Dzingel. Dzingel breaks his stick on a slap shot. Like the weakest wind-up to a slap shot I've ever seen. Middlestat misses the net and gets crunched. Canes are skating through molasses. They can't get the puck. Nothing doing there. Just about 1 minute left in the period. Deflection, and McLaughlin makes another brilliant save there. Natchez has the puck. Second line out for the Hurricanes right now. Hamilton's got it. Back to Natchez. Right to Niederreiter. Good pass in the middle. He was just turned around the wrong way. Shea's got it. Hamilton now. Ooh, good block there. Nice little stick lift. Back to Hamilton. What a play to get the puck to Hamilton. Teravainen now. Hamilton, he's still got it in the zone. Natchez, what are you doing? When they're going for pucks, the computer just likes to, you know, just lollygag. Oh, great save by Dan on a player left wide open in front. Great save again. Dan McLaughlin, give this man the Vezina right now. What a bunch of saves. That was fantastic. Dan just putting on a goalie clinic here. The second-year pro in the Eastern Conference Final. This is game 1, I think. We've been streaming overtime so long that I kind of forgot what game it is. Svech tries to make a move. Another save by Dan. 9.6 seconds left in the overtime. All of a sudden, Buffalo has some life. The Canes need to get it clear. Yeah, man, I get it. Probably once we finish the playoffs is when I'm going to stop streaming, so I get it. Alright, Slavin's got the puck now. Can the Canes make a last-minute rush up the ice? Svechnikov's got it. 2 seconds left. Oh, he hits the post! With seconds to spare, Dominic Bach could have won the Canes the game there. With like 1 second remaining, and yet there's a bunch of jerk shirt. I don't know if you can see it. There are some bunch of jerk shirts in the crowd here. What? That was an entertaining overtime. And I can't skip through this, so I'm just going to have to sit through the final promo package. 50 shots for Buffalo in this game. 31 for the Canes, so Dan is putting on a clinic here. Hopefully, though, we can get him some help and end the game a little earlier in overtime. Sebastian Aho versus Jack Eichel. Here we go. Nothing doing there on the faceoff from Aho. Ristolainen had it. He's going to pass to Schwartz. Schwartz is going to dump it in. Here comes Shea. He's going to grab the puck. Carried out of the zone. Nice little breakout there. Svechnikov's got it now. Great pass to Dominic Bach. Take it into the zone. He gets crushed. Oh my goodness. Eichel's got it now. He's going to give it to Jaden Schwartz. Hamilton's just going to let Schwartz walk right by, but no, he's not. He's going to hit him. Take him off the puck. Pass that to Svechnikov. Coming up the ice. Dominic Bach's got it now. Ooh, turn the puck over, but he was crushed at the line. Shea to Aho. Back to Shea. Shea's going to take the shot. He's going to hit the post. That's the Kings' third post of this game. Oh my gosh. Nice play from Dougie Hamilton there. Getting it to Aho. To Shea. Niederreiter. Bit of a slower breakout there. Teravainen's got it. Natchez now. Oh, good. Oh, great move. Hamilton's got it. Oh, great save there. Through traffic. He was screened by his own player. Jeff Skinner's got it. This is going to be it. Caroline. Great save, Dan. Dan McLaughlin saving the season there. Well, not really. Just game one. Brady Shea's got it now. He's having a heck of a period defensively. Teravainen doesn't see any friends to pass to. He's going to wait. Natchez has got it. Weak shot, though. Doesn't get any easy pad save from Olmark. Dan's going to make a great save there. 11:34 left in this overtime. This is the second overtime. Dan has easily played the best hockey of his career. That's the shot that hit right off the post. 3 posts in a period and a half of overtime is heartbreaking. Trocheck wins the faceoff cleanly, gets it to Slavin. Slavin's going to bring it to Trocheck. Evan Stansel's going to enter the zone. Great shot there. Not really that much of an angle, but he does get a shot on goal. Face-off in the Buffalo end now. They're going to stick with this line. I've really liked this third line of Stansel, Trocheck, and Chiasson here. I'm noticing that Will Looper isn't playing, so that probably means that I need to put him back in the lineup. Number 68 for Buffalo, I believe that's Sheary. Just dumps the puck in. Slavin's got it now. He's going to make a pass to Fleury. Fleury to Trocheck. Ooh, I thought he was going to turn it over, but Evan Stansel's got the puck now. Nice little play. Slavin, oh, blocked. Great block by Montour. To Connor Sheary. So no, Sheary's 43. Chiasson's got it. He's going to give it up to Stansel, kind of accidentally. Evan turns the puck over. Okay. What a hit. Jacob Slavin, my goodness. Dominic Box got it now. So this is the second line for the Carolina Hurricanes. Up on the ice now. Box got it. He's going to take it behind the net. He's going to dish it out to Fleury at the point. Fleury's going to dump it in, and possession's turned over. All right. Hell of an offensive shift. Schwartz now taking a pass from Eichel. Behind the net. Oh, and they score. Reinhart. Defense lost their man. Tough loss. 49 saves for Dan McLaughlin in this game, though. I can't get mad. You know, that was a heck of a performance. The Canes can't finish. They had 3 chances to finish that game, all of which hit the post, and they had a couple other good shots there too. So, tough loss for sure, but you know what? There's still at least 3 more games in this series. Canes take a lead, and Evan gets rewarded. The first line gets 2 goals there as well. Chiasson and Svechnikov score, and the Canes win 6-3. So there we go. Okay, following up that loss with a big, commanding 6-3 win. Now we're heading up to Buffalo. Series is tied up. Winnipeg has a 2-0 lead in their series over the Canucks. 1-1. Shea gets a goal. I think that might be his first goal of the playoffs here. Svechnikov ties the game for the Canes, and Middlestat wins it for Buffalo in the third period. Good night, man. I will probably tweet it out at some point to let folks know what happened, what went down. Oh, man. All right, so we've done a good job of scouting. All right, we're still scouting Daryl Peterson. Oh, well. All right. What's Winnipeg's series at? Okay, it's looking like Winnipeg is going to win their series because they are up 3-0 on the Canucks. Jack Eichel with the goal in the first period. Canes are losing. Natchez scores, and Eichel gets his second. Eichel doesn't get a hat trick, but the Canes are losing 3-1 in this series. They're going to need some big help from their offense if they want to have a hope of surviving. That's a good way to start it. 3-2 in the first period. Teravainen with another goal. The Canes freaking lose 6-4. How do you give up 4 goals in the freaking third period? Well, the Checkers are going to the Calder Cup freaking finals. And Texas won. At least Winnipeg beat the freaking fracking Sabres. Texas beat the Checkers too, so good for them. Vancouver gets the 4th overall pick from Calgary. Montreal gets the 5th. San Jose, Columbus, and Colorado all get top 15 picks from trades. I'm so angry. Do I even want to know? Have we found any other gems? We did find one more. Matthias Gilson, who's actually projected to go around the same spot. All left wingers, and we still don't know anything about this Peterson guy. Oh well. So, well, I'm mad. I'm really upset. Former Kane Andrew Ladd retires. Former Kane Ron Hainsey retires as well. Curtis McElhinney retires as well. And Eddie Lack does, although he already has retired. I need to find a new coach for my NHL team. I don't know if he's not my NHL coach. I'm fuming. I'm so mad that the Canes gave up 4 goals in the 3rd period to the freaking Buffalo freaking Sabres. We won the President's Trophy. It was Winnipeg versus Buffalo, obviously. Winnipeg won, so congrats to them. I believe that's their first cup. McDavid 3 years in a row for the Art Ross. Marner gets the Hart. Norris goes to Carlson. That's done. Vikingstad wins the Calder. That's not surprising. Conn Smythe goes to Scheifele. Varlamov gets the Vezina. Rask gets the William M. Jennings. Okay. No created player gets an award. Did the Checkers get anything? Henman won the Rookie of the Year, which is strange. We had a better player. He was also in his rookie year, which is odd. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of a different thing. Oh well. Alright. We'll go to the draft. I'm just going to do the draft, and that'll be it. I'm done after the draft. I just want to get good picks. At least make my mood a little better. We'll sim the top 3. New Jersey gets Ekholm. Only 79. That's really interesting. Wright's also 79, so maybe it was a video that I watched where he was 83 out of the draft. And Immonen. So definitely a drop from 2 to 3 there in terms of overall. Okay, so nothing doing there. My scouts rank this Gilson guy pretty highly. The problem is I do have a lot of left wings and centers, so we rank this center highly, and I don't want to draft a top 9 forward with my first round pick. Landon Robinson, welcome to the team. He played for Lausanne. Okay. When's our next pick? Alright, so we're losing out on 1 gem, but I could get the other. Yeah, so I'm going to definitely draft Peterson here. Daryl Peterson. Medium top 6 forward as well, so that's actually a really good pick. So I get 2 medium top 6 forwards. One of which is a center, one of which is a left winger. Alright, another second round pick. So that first second round pick was from the trade that sent Carl somewhere else. We'll draft this defenseman. My scouts like him the most. Low top 4D, that's pretty solid. That's a pretty good pick. I don't need defensemen, but it's good to have them. I actually kind of need forward prospects the most. Evan Vierling is 20. He's been passed up a lot. That concerns me. I haven't picked a right winger yet. Clymer, my scouts love at 121st overall. So I think I'm going to pick him. Medium top 9. That's not the best. They picked Vierling. He was low top 9, so that's a really terrible pick. And he's 22, so that means that he's not going to do anything. They picked a goalie. Interesting. Okay. I don't have any other picks, so pick 153 now. kind of just hoping for whatever comes my way. Low top 6 forward and Yuri Brzgalov. The scouts don't really care for him. Oh, low top 9. That's stupid. Okay, this probably means when teams offer me for late round picks, it typically means that there's a good player around here. I don't know, man. It might be this Matthew Ward guy. I don't know. It wasn't him. That's for damn sure. Was it the guy that Winnipeg picked? Maybe it's not. Typically, you know, when a team offers me for a trade, I'm like, no, I'm going to keep that pick. It doesn't appear that it was anything, though. It may have just been they were looking to get rid of the contract. Okay, so now I'm just going off of potential. I kind of want to get somebody that's almost close to guaranteed. But I see Stefan Sjoden here. Bottom 6 forward, yeah. Not a great draft. The beginning of the draft was really good in getting Robinson and Peterson, and Volchenkov was okay. The rest wasn't that great. So that is going to be it for this stream. I'm still a little bit mad about the Sabres scoring 4 freaking goals in the third period to win the game, but at least they lost in the Stanley Cup final. So thank you all for watching, and if everything goes as planned, I should be here same time tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. All right. See ya.